Everyone, thank you so sincerely for connecting with us right here. And it happens to be the maiden edition of the Enterprise Law Forum. I am here seated pretty. And of course, I know, okay, you know what I want for us to do first? Breathe in and out. There is a lot of anticipation, right? You want to grow your business, you want to become better, you want to know what side of the law you should be on. Let it out. Just like they will say, chillax. We are here to help you make have to give you an insight, legal insight for you to be able to make smarter business decisions. My name is Damilola Raphael, welcoming you aboard this ship, and we will sail to shore. Somebody say amen. Okay, for those of us, somebody was actually prompting me on this one, so I decided to bring it live on set. That is my glasses. I couldn't be wearing glasses because on Instagram, flawless by underscore Mo did justice to this fine face. And I said, I'm not going to cover the glory of thy Lord. So we are ready. I have my guests sitting pretty, and we are going to be getting better. This is a monthly podcast. It's 1 hour every month because we understand that you're busy. We understand that you're putting in the sickle, you're putting in the work, looking to get better, to do better, and of course for you to have better results, outstanding results. That is why we are here, to give us the legal perspective, the legal angle on all that we do. It comes up once every month for 1 full hour. And we are live. Let me bring that across to us as well. We are live on Facebook at this time. That's on the Lithos Legal Concept. Yes, this broadcast, this podcast is powered by Lithos Legal Concept. We're live on Facebook at Lithos Legal Concept. You can also follow us on our Instagram page at Lithos Legal Concept. On YouTube, we will be streaming. That will be on the Lawyers Hangout. Now, the Lawyers Hangout is the plural for lawyers without an apostrophe. Lawyers Hangout. Let me give us a brief on the aims of having the Enterprise Law Forum. And it is one, to enlighten business owners on the legal issues that shape their enterprise. We're also here to provide practical legal solutions to everyday business challenges. We will also foster conversations. We're having a conversation shortly to foster conversations between lawyers, entrepreneurs, and creatives that inspire growth, compliance, and sustainability. We understand that running a business without understanding the law is like sailing without a compass. It's risky, it's costly, it's uncertain, and we do not want you to accrue any form of loss, and that is why the Enterprise Law Forum exists. And as I said, we'll be coming on once every month for 1 full hour to give us legal perspective so we can make smarter business decisions. ELF exists, as I said, to ensure that your business decisions are not only smart but also legally sound. Now, for this episode, we are going to be focusing on the creative. I am one and I am here to learn. I promise, and we will learn together and get better. The creative, the challenges of partnership, employment, and of course, idea theft. The challenges of partnership, of employment, and we'll talk about employment, and we'll also be discussing the idea theft. Now, moving on to have this conversation with me this time, we have joining us to my left here. Or should I go ladies first? Okay, so let's start my right. They said it's ladies first. I'm a lady, right? Women supporting women. Okay, we have barrister Funmi Makanjola. She is the head of corporate practice, Lithos Legal Consult. Thank you indeed for joining us on set today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're looking pretty. Good to see you. Now to my left, we have the gentleman, Mr. Olawale Atoyebi. He is a gentleman indeed because, I mean, you didn't even hear like I'm here. Oh. You wanted to introduce me first, though. You're not shifting. No, he is a gentleman. Mr. Olawale Atoyebi is the founder of Border Wave, a fintech platform. Thank you indeed for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here.
Okay, so let's start with Mr. Olawale now. What do you do basically in Border Wave?
Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, I am Olawale Atoyebi by name, founder at Border Wave. And at Border Wave, we enable individual and businesses in Nigeria and across Africa to accept credit card or debit card payments globally. And we border will be simple. You create an invoice, send to your client or your partner, they pay using their credit card or debit card, you receive your payment, convert to your local currency and withdraw to your local bank account. All this made possible using border.
Okay, I have my lord, a barrister to my right. That business that I just advertised is going to pay, yes or no? Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're the head of the corporate. Let's have an understanding. Corporate in the law firm. What's that about?
Okay, so corporate is okay. So we have criminal law, we
Okay.
have energy law,
Okay.
so we have corporate law. So corporate law deals with all the regulations that take care of transactions and processes and operations of a company, basically. So it's actually really corporate commercial.
Okay.
So the corporate law deals with all the structuring, all the things they do in the company and all that. And then the commercial law deals with all the transactions. So when we reach out to him and go border way, we would like to have an account because we want to build clients abroad and stuff like that. That goes into transactions.
Okay.
And it's not that simple, but
Great.
that's just taking from a base level to however how far you can go. Yeah.
Go. If you have seen that movie, Queen of Kaswe, I'm learning small. I said he will pay for that advert. I was telling you to advertise yourself. You're advertising yourself. Tickets for free of charge. Okay. Let us start with partnerships. We are going to be discussing partnerships, the fine line between collaboration and chaos. One of the most exciting, that's partnership now, it's one of the most exciting but also riskiest part of any creative venture. Two friends have a great idea, they start building, and then before you know, money, credit, ownership, everything gets tangled. In fact, we have it in music as well, where you have the group. I don't want to mention particular groups now, but of course some particular groups have actually split even in recent times. So you're having people coming together. Okay, let's do this thing together, let's do business together, let's sing together, we are going to make money, and somehow all of these things get entangled. Give us an education. What happened to that beautiful beginning and running into chaos?
Well, that's a simple contractual matter.
Oh, it's simple. You
Yeah,
said, whoa.
it's supposed to be. It only becomes complicated when all of the chaos come in. All right, so you know, it's easy to say that's actually a Nigerian kind of problem, but it's actually a world over kind of problem. People are still doing gentleman agreements. So I just like your pretty face, his handsome face, and I go, let's just start this business together. I'm the lawyer,
Okay.
you're the PR person, and he's the tech guy. Let's do
Okay.
this business together and all of that stuff. And within 6 months, we are the rave. Everybody's and then I start to think, well, I should get more. After all, I went to all of the government offices to ensure that we got all of the licenses and all of that
Documentations,
stuff.
yeah.
And you are going, no, I should get more because I was the one who went from office to office trying to ensure that this business was bought into by clients. And he goes, no, I'm the one who put in the code and all of that stuff. So that's where that complication comes in.
So the power tussle, survival
Yeah.
of the fittest
So
also
it could-
enters business.
Yes. So it could have been simple if we just come to an agreement. So I'm the lawyer, you do PR, and he does tech.
Okay.
So what are we going to contribute? How are we going to contribute? What we are going to contribute?
Okay.
And when the process starts to come, who is going to get what? And the thing with partnership contracts
Okay.
or founder contracts and stuff like that is that it just helps ensure that by the time all of these issues start to raise their ugly head, you can come and say, we actually signed something. This is what we agreed. Now, I think that one of the problems we have is that people don't want to be caught like this. They want to be caught here.
Okay.
Yes, and when you catch someone here, they slip off. But when you catch them here, it's enough time for you to call someone to say,
Indeed.
come and help me
Be
hold them
yeah.
down. So contracts, I think people don't want you to be able to hold them to what you said you were
binding.
going to deliver 1 2 3.
Okay.
And after delivering 1 2 3, we are going to make X million. And when we've made X million, you're only going to take 5%. Now, because you can see the two other persons are going to take like 45 or 45, 45, or however much that divides into, you now go, I'm supposed to take five. I should take more than 5% now. After all, I was the one who went into all of the government offices to ensure that we got all of the relevant licenses, and then you start to have all of this rancor going on. Now, if we have it in writing, it goes X partner contributes 45%. He's going to get only 10% of the profit. Do you understand? So when all of this other, it's going to be that. And if you decide that you are not satisfied with it, there's also provisions for exit clauses.
Okay.
In a partnership agreement or in a founders agreement that ensures that you can say, you know what, I don't like whatever it is you people are doing here. I would like to go. Of course, that also comes with its own different set of terms. How do you step out and all of that stuff? But basically, contract. All of that chaos you're talking about has its basis in the presence or lack of a contract.
Okay, so from your experience, it is not ignorance. It is the fact that people do not just want to be held accountable.
Well, you could say ignorance. Ignorance is one thing. Then not wanting to be held accountable is not wanting to be held accountable is something that I experienced firsthand.
Okay.
With a company I was consulting for. Okay. So my boss walked up to me and said, "Right, we're doing a project for someone."
Okay.
Or the person was doing a project for us.
Okay.
One of the two. But basically, I needed to write a letter for the person saying we had paid them. So that they would be able to do remittances from the other office. And then, so I told them, so I just put there something simple. As soon as the other person pays you, within 14 days, ensure we are paid.
Oh, great.
And then give it 2 days later, my boss is like really good over. You need to remove it. Because the person doesn't want us to start he doesn't want us to pressure him to pay us. Man, I'm thinking you don't want me to pressure you to pay, but you want me to provide invoices and write agreement that said I have billed you. Yes. Do you understand? So I just feel people don't really want to be held accountable. Aside from the ignorance part of the whatever, I think they also don't want to be held accountable. Yes.
Majorly, really. I mean, this scenario you painted is like it's not unfair until it is your turn. Exactly. Now it is his turn to pay back. And okay, so let's talk to the entrepreneur here, Mr. Atowebi. How has it been for you? So you're starting out, and I mean, it's all looking promising, and you're like, the future is so bright. We're going to do this together. It's going to be for long, and this whole ugly thing rears its head. What has it been like for you?
All right, thank you so much. Based on what Barrister Fumi just said, I'll be speaking as someone that has wear 3 hats, and this is partnership as a co-founder, because I also I'm a co-founder at Olidre Up too. So, and as a founder, right, and also as someone that has partnership with a client outside the country.
I didn't want you to lose your line of thought, but honestly, he just dropped that name and quickly moved on because this babe, continue, we will still bill you.
So the thing is, founder, when it comes to partnership, founders agreement is one thing. Being ready to be accountable is another thing. Because it's easier said than done most of the time. Because one of the challenges is most people get into partnership before knowing what lies ahead. So when the responsibility calls, they run away. So it's something that it has to be spelled out, both on paper and being ready to take, because I have my own fair share. For example, I was working with someone in the US that I was supposed to be getting, apart from the payment agreed, I was supposed to be getting 10% based on partnership. But when the money comes and he saw the volume, the story changes. But I have nothing against him because we didn't sign a legal agreement, which was an error on my own end, building trust with someone and believing it's like that. So it's one thing, like Barrister Fumi said, to be ignorant of it. It's another thing to be ready to take responsibility. And I have an enterprise where I was a co-founder. We were 3. Then we were to build an app. So I came in So they want me to assume duty and like do the runaround. But I realize that fine, we have the percentage, but the workload I am doing is more than the other two people. They are focused on let's get out. We get the money and we are good. But me, before you get the money, you have the work to be done. So I realize in the long term, we have conflict of interest. So I have to withdraw.
Oh.
Even though we signed a legal agreement. Yeah.
Okay, let me get you straight. You had, was that going to be your first one, or you had other experiences and that was what informed this particular decision at that time?
I had other experiences, so that was what actually informed that.
So before you put your hand to the plow, you had a structure.
Structure must be there. So because even now, if whatever I'm doing with anybody now, if it's not on paper, we're still joking. Because that's how it should be. Because at the end of the day, you do your own part, but you realize people are not ready to do their
but
own
part. But for me, is that not being mean? These are people you know now. They are your G's.
They can be your G's, but when it comes to the deal of the matter, they will throw you under the bus. Yes. So when it comes to business,
so you've been thrown under the bus
so many times.
Yes. I thought it's once beaten, twice shy.
No,
so many times.
No, when it comes to business, you keep learning. So it's something like something I've tried to learn. Being a techpreneur is there is no actually blueprint you can actually pinpoint. So you have to learn why on your toes.
It's not casting iron. You just
learn on your toes, and nobody will tell because we all pay our own school fees in a way.
So that's your school fees.
That's how it is.
My goodness. But really, barrister for me, these are persons you've always known. I mean, you couldn't just be walking on the street and tell somebody on the street, come, I want to partner with you. Yeah. And even if you do walk up to somebody and you just, see the person and you're like, I've been stopped at different points and like, oh, I like your dress, I want to take a picture with you. Can I snap you? So you could see someone, we have a lot of that. Thankfully, we're talking creatives today. We have a lot of that, around where you find content creators sitting down and somebody is sitting down, maybe just sitting down, relaxing, drawing, and they're like, can I take your pictures? There is no contracts there.
You see, there is no contract that is true, but there should be, how do I put this now? So that we don't start going into something else.
Okay.
But if someone walks up to me and says, oh, let me take your picture, it depends.
And then post it later and he's having a lot of views and making a lot of money. Should you?
Okay, so in that case,
okay,
it depends what the person wanted to use it for.
Okay.
For if the person just comes, takes your picture, goes to post with it, and you could. It's a tricky one. I promise.
This is happening a lot.
Do you know why I say it's tricky?
Okay.
I say it's tricky because now I need to think. Did you give them permission to post it? Did they tell you they were going to post it?
Sometimes from what they give us, because of course the videos are edited. So it's the part they want us to see that they definitely will post. Definitely. So they are telling the person, hey, can I take your pictures? I'm seeing you're having difficulties with your phone. Can I help? Or with your camera? I'm a professional photographer. I'm on whatever social media handle or app. Check me out at XYZ handle. I'm going to post it. Do you mind? And I'll give you your pictures. That's a bit. So the person goes, okay. Okay, because first the person is trying to adjust the fact that a stranger is talking to me. Okay. Now adjusting the fact that this stranger is a professional photographer, for instance, wanting to take my picture. He or she seems to also be a celebrity person, has many followers because they definitely will show you their bio and all that on social media. And then, okay, take my pictures. So does the person have a right to come back? That's what I'm trying to ask. All right, and say, I saw that you had 300 million views. Okay, so where's my cut?
Okay, so if the person tells you, oh, I'm actually going to post the picture.
Okay.
And you've agreed.
Verbally.
You've agreed verbally. I think that should be fine because you agreed. At least they told you what they needed it for. The part that might be a little tricky is, are they making money using it or not? That can be a bit tricky because there are situations where someone would like if you go on Unsplash, so there are pictures on Unsplash that you can use, and most of them are you are expected to you can use it, but you can't use it to make money.
Okay.
So maybe we are looking at the person disclosed to you that, oh, when we use it, we are actually going to make money using this. It's just like when you go on a website, when you read a blog or
Okay.
you read a subscription, you get newsletters and they tell you, oh, we make money doing this. So if any of our partners, if you see them sell on this website or you suddenly start seeing adverts of some sort, you know
Yeah.
that that's because you it's likely
It's
because you
disclosed
exactly.
from
So
the
did they
word
disclose to
go,
you
from the onset.
that when they were posting that picture that, oh, this is actually going to help us make money? Do you understand?
Well, that part is not always
That
revealed to the audience.
yeah, in that case you could actually go and claim. Well, that could also be tricky because it could be argued that you gave
Verbal consent.
consent, but it could also be argued that they didn't disclose that they were actually planning to make
Terms and
money
conditions.
using that. So, for example, if the person just uses it on their Instagram, which is to be able to um, get people to call them and say, okay, oh, come and take my picture, come and do photo shoots for me, that might be fine. But if the person goes on YouTube, amasses all these
Followers.
followers
Views.
and beginning to make money, that's a little bit tricky. I wouldn't want to go too deep
Into that.
because that might require me to do a bit more research.
Okay.
But it could be tricky.
It could be tricky. Well, we have given you an expose on this. You could begin to look out for subsequent editions of the Enterprise Law Forum where we'll discuss this in full. But for now, let's talk about the creative with regards the techpreneur and not the social media, as it were. And of course, we have also learned that you keep paying your tuition, you keep paying your school fees, you keep learning. It's not cast in iron or stone as you may want it, which means it could be dicey. So this works in this regard, this works in this regard. But according to Mr. Atoyebi here, he has told us that we should always have a contract before you even put your hand to the plow at all. So let's move on now and talk about employment. We've talked about partnership. Let's talk about employment. The confusion between creators and contributors. This often causes confusion, that's employment and ownership. In the creative industry, you might have freelancers, contributors, or collaborators. And the line between who owns the final product can get blurry. Barrister Fumi mentioned earlier as touching some of these things. So it seems like I'm doing more work than this person. And Mr. Olawale Atoyebi here has also talked about, it's looking like I'm doing more work than this person. So really, you said you have been a co-founder at different points and all that. How have you been able to decide? So this is the boss, this is the oga at the top among the three of us. How do you do that? Make fine that blurry line.
Um, that blurry line is actually simple
Oh.
because at times when it comes to co-founding, not having not painting someone as oga at the top will actually save us more edge than having oga at the top.
Oh.
What we can actually look into is shared responsibilities. So we
Okay.
know who is doing what. So let's say we have 100%. So if you are doing, if let's say we have three people, if we have it, okay, someone is handling 20% of the work, and this is what they are handling. Okay, maybe the technical aspect, or let's say, okay, they are just handling the talent. The other person is handling the technical aspect, okay, the code, the everything, anything technical, just focus on it. While the third person is handling business development.
Okay.
So it's just like in in an organization, three people heading the three core parts of the
Okay.
business. So they are like the three organs at the top at the same time, but in different departments, even though they are in the same organization. So, but the sole responsibility lies on what do we need to get done. That's when we know which of the organs is coming to step in at that moment.
Let me ask you this way. When push comes to shove, maybe there is a legal issue. There should be somebody who will be the face.
Of the organization.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And what happened, being someone that has faced that fair share is that's why even though we have co-founders, there's always a seat around. Okay, fine. If you are sitting on the business development aspect, that means you'll be a bit fit for being the CEO. at
Okay.
that moment. So most times CEO faces those things because they are the one interfacing with the other executives, the partners, because that's the business development aspect.
Okay.
So they are the ones, because it's easier if I should come to you now for partnership. I am the one you know. So if you are suing, it will be my picture you are
Indeed.
painting. So that's how it should be around. So even the when it comes to co-founding, there is always a sit around. Okay, fine. If you are the CTO, you are the CEO, Chief Operating Officer, you are the CEO. So Chief Executive Officer are the ones that faces most of these things. For example, like the CEO of Binance,
Okay.
when it happened, he has
Yeah.
to step down to it's just like you taking responsibility so that your enterprise can still remain standing while you
Functional,
take the
yeah.
downfall. That's how it is.
Okay, now let's talk about employing somebody who does something, and then okay, this person handles this project for me, handles this department for me, handles this task for me, and the employee all of a sudden starts seeing himself or herself as a stakeholder. Have you had that experience?
Definitely.
And I mean, am I a shareholder? I did this. So how do you resolve that before barrister will help
All right, thank
give
you.
the legal angle?
Thank you. Something about being a founder, being a creator, or being an innovator is we not shying away from responsibility, and we not shying away from learning. And here is what I mean. Most of the time, the things that give us headache when it comes to hiring is the responsibilities we avoid. Now, based on the school fees I've paid, right, I've learned to spend more time on hiring
Okay.
than most of any other. I will sit with you one on one. Because now I'm not just understanding, and that's why being employable is beyond just your skill. Why interviewing someone, I'm studying how is their emotional state. How do they react to things? When prayer comes, how do they react? So these are things that can only be gotten when you sit down, when you get to know them beyond just you hiring people. So now I focus more on understanding who I am dealing with.
Not just on the person's skills,
Not
not
just the
just
skill.
on the ability of that particular staff
No.
or would be employee.
Yes.
Because we've seen instances where, okay, so maybe an engineer, for instance, is working for you, and the person goes and tampers with your password, tampers with, some electrical, just touches some things, knowing before they will trace this thing. It go hard, oh.
And before you are hired, even after the interview, you have things to sign. And I didn't have my own fair share. I wouldn't know about this because we are talking about. I know lawyer Fumi will talk more
Yeah.
about this. If you are being hired, we are talking about IP rights, intellectual property rights.
Okay.
Who owns the right to what you are building? Let's say you are writing a code or you are building a design. You don't own the right.
As
It's
an
already signed
employee.
as an employee. So there is always a clause in the employment contract. The IP agreement is there. Barrister Fumi will talk more about that. Then the employee agreement as to what. In fact, something happened recently that someone working at I think Tesla or SpaceX
Okay.
leaked their stuffs to Meta. So they were like apprehended and all. So, but because this was being made happen because they had signed. Because one thing we should understand is whosoever you are hiring, they also have a life.
Yeah.
They have a family they are talking to, they have a friend they are speaking with, and at times they might not be exposed as their friends. In fact, at times most people you hired don't know the depth and gravity of how fast what they are building will grow. They don't know the potential at times. They just want to like make their money and move. But when
yeah.
they see the traction, their head is turning like money is in this thing. So it's best as founders to understand who you are hiring. What is their reaction to money? Right? How emotional balance are they? Then what is their life goals? Their next 5 years goals, what is it? Is it aligning with them? So that you know hire someone that will now be stressing, then let it be on documents. Let them sign. I know Barrister Fumi will talk more about the agreement as well, but IP agreement, employee agreement with the clause of who owns it. The company owns the right to whatsoever thing they do, and they get their own fair share and fine too.
Dear viewer, thank you indeed. We know you're following this keenly, And not just that, it's interesting. Not also just that, the fact that you're learning from it. Now, you won't be doing the world a favor if you're not sharing the link, letting other people participate with you and learn from you. I mean, yes, you're going to thrive, but it's more beautiful when you thrive together with the people around you. Okay? Let's go ahead, share the link, and let more people join the conversation. Thank you very sincerely. So let's come over now to Barrister Fumi Makonjola. So we are looking at employment, and then all of a sudden, an employee wanting to claim some level of ownership, saying, I'm not a stakeholder, I'm a shareholder, I did this, I did that. What happens there, and how can this be prevented?
Well, it's just like he said. I guess he's grown savvy now.
Experience is the
after
best
paying
teacher,
after
right?
paying lots of school fees. After paying lots of school, but it's one of the things that underpins employment law, the Labor Act, is that employers should actually give their employees written contracts. Now, what a written contract does, as in any relationship at all, is that it lets you know what you are supposed what your obligations are, what your rights are. It also lets you know what you can have and what you can have. So if you read the a simple employment agreement, it will
Okay.
tell you, it might say something like the person is an employee, but it does not mean that when he signs something, maybe the person's level is the sort that just comes and goes. Says that doesn't give the employee any rights or obligations to sign anything or enter into any contracts or partnerships on behalf of the
Of
company,
the
something like that. And then, so when it comes to IP, the thing is, when you work, if you are truly working, when you come to work, you are going to be learning. And when the boss says, go and prepare that agreement. My boss sends me to do agreements all the time. When I send it back, I say, I've touched that agreement. Because as I'm looking at it, I'm asking questions. And so that means that if he gives me an agreement to maybe even review for him, I might have changed one or two things in it, just because I asked questions. So because employees, you cannot gainsay the fact that employees are going to learn when working with you. So whether they are working with you as a product designer, or they are building, or they are writing code, or they are building a car or something, ideas are always sparking. And except the person really isn't really the type that veers out of their path, people are learning and people are experimenting. So that is why employers will put in an agreement that any IP that you create during the time of your employment belongs to the employer. Then we take it a step further. We tell them, if you developed it outside of work, but using company resources, it still belongs to the company. Yeah, and then but if you develop it, sans any resources of the employer, and then you didn't do it during office hours, and by office hour means using company time and the likes, then that's yours. So just simply stating that in an agreement would go a long way to prevent me, for example, resigning from Lithos Legal Consult, and then coming back to say one project we did like that, I did something, something really innovative in it, and I can see it's making the firm money, and I go, it's my own, no, I now want it back. Do you understand? Just that simple signature.
So
That just signing that kind of agreement can
it.
seal that, and I don't have, so the employee does not have any rights to those again.
Very quickly, let's encourage the employee now. Loads of times when employees are seeing contracts and want to sign that, they want to milk me dry. Everything is about them, about them, about them. What's that in it for me? Let me go and start my own business, and then the struggle continues and all that. How would you want to encourage? You've actually said a lot, but I want to, in 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences, to encourage the employee to not really feel cheated.
Well, it's not cheating because, okay, so let me give a simple example as a lawyer. So I've been asked to write an agreement,
Okay.
and I write it in shoddy manner because I don't want all the ideas that came to me while while creating the agreement
Okay.
for the client.
Yeah.
I decided not to put it in there because, well, it's after all it's the firm that they are paying.
And they're not paying me more than my salary.
The firm is just giving me salary. Maybe they will give me small bonus after a while, but all the real millions is going to the firm. Well, if you go with that kind of mentality into work, you're not going to have a job for a very long time. Your only escape is possibly to become a freelancer, a contractor. But even then, you still don't always own the IP. The business or the person hiring you needs to really not know that they are supposed to own that IP. So if now when given because I have the knowledge, when people come to me and they go, we've hired someone, he's doing the app. I'm like, did they sign an agreement? When they say oh, no, he's just building it, he have not yet signed it. I don't say too much. I don't say too much. If they say they've signed it, I don't say to myself, give me the agreement.
Okay.
If they say they don't sign it, I'm trying to say, but you should have signed it. Say, no, it's my brother, it's my uncle. My mommy's sister's daddy is the owner. I just look at them, and then sometimes I'm forced to now tell them, unsolicited advice that they didn't pay for. That person who is writing your code or building your app can turn tomorrow and go and start their own business. It is as simple as that. So even as a freelancer, you need to know what you are willing to give out. And that comes with another set of nuance.
Okay.
So as a freelancer, you have this set of tools you work with. So sometimes in order to build code for a client, you need to use codes that are proprietary to your own business before you now build, input other proprietary codes for the company.
Okay.
So in your contract, you need to delineate between your own codes, which are necessary for you to ensure that when Border Wave now employs you to do something else for them, you can still use it. And then
like a template.
Exactly. And then that needs to be delineated from the code that you are going to actually pass on to the company as your client, that that one is for you to use.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then there's another nuance there.
Okay.
Should I be telling them? Right. And then there's another nuance there. The codes that are proprietary to you, you also kind of need to, assign it to them, but it's going to be royalty free, so they can use it because it is necessary for them. So you see, it's beginning to. So I'm talking about it. Even when I was making my preparation, I wasn't thinking about it, but I'm talking about it, and all of those things are going. So all of those nuances come into play. So whether you are so for employers, when you are employing an employee, let me put it that way. When you're employing an employee, you need to ensure, and particularly if you are working in the creative business. So that means your employee is probably writing blogs for you, or creating codes for you, or even helping
maybe even
you
music.
Or music and
original
stuff like exactly
sound.
Exactly. So you need to determine, do I want to own the copyright, or does the employee own the copyright? And that needs to be in the agreement. If you are getting an independent contractor to do the work, you need to actually decide if you want the person to create the work and license it to you, so that you pay to use what you have paid for them to create for you. That is the way it is really. So what I said is literally what I mean. So you've employed Border Wave essentially to build, maybe because of what they do. You say, okay, come and help us build our own in Lithos. We don't want to use your, we want you to build our own. So you want to ensure, are you paying him to build something that is now going to eventually license it? I own it now. There's nothing that says that it is for you. So for you to now use what you have paid me to build, you now need to pay me to now still be using it. That's licensing. Or you ensure that there is an assignment clause that says that once he is done doing it, the parts that are proprietary to you, he assigns to you,
handed over.
and then the ones that are proprietary to him, but that you need to ensure that the payment app works well for the business are assigned
What
to
you call the back end, right?
exactly.
back end,
They're assigned to you, but with royalty free. You don't have
Okay,
to pay to
pay
use it.
for it. I saw you nodding when she was talking about an employee now who feels, oh, the money doesn't come to me, after all it's just my salary, and she's saying the person won't be worth much more in it's just for that period. Once that person is discovered, the person would only thrive as a freelance person. And you were nodding.
yes. And the reason was because I was trying to connect with, because I can practically say, like, both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria,
Okay.
everyone that I've worked with for starting my own, I over delivered. So one thing that creatives should learn is to understand that one of the major currencies you can have, one of the best, is relationship capital.
Relationship capital.
So it's the things I'm doing now. I just realized that while I started my own was when I realized that I have been doing this thing for others. I've been managing teams for others, hiring for them, training staffs for them, hiring their systems. So, and owning it as if I own it. So it's not as if this is not mine when I start my own.
So your ownership is not from the receiving end of the
Of-
pay.
no.
Your ownership is the output.
So let me can I shake some table?
Please do.
There is nobody that will hire you that can pay you for the value you are bringing to the table.
Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
that's true.
It's an exchange of value. They have the money, you have the skills. And don't ever think that anybody can really pay you. All they can do is to appreciate you.
They will appreciate you, but the fastest way to appreciate yourself is to ensure that this thing I'm doing, I am like this in a month, but in the next 6 months I'll be a beast. So the thing I look out for before I even like started started building an enterprise is, if I'm in an organization, the first thing is I look for who is the best in that organization.
Amazing.
So the three things I would employ creatives to do if you are working with someone is to focus on three things.
Okay.
Look for who is the best in that industry.
Take notes, please. Take notes.
Who is the best in that organization you are working with, right? It's not necessarily, they might be C-suite, but what they are doing, can you do it faster, better, and cheaper? Be willing to learn. I learned something from Nelson Mandela. He said, when people sees how humble you are to them, when people see you are not a threat to them, they allow you to grow. So, but you enter an organization today, you are trying to punch someone that is an oga on the face that you know it. Even when you know it, give them the honor. Most of the organizations I work, the people that head each sector I am working, I do their work, but I allow them to take the glory.
You know, there's this whole craze of, they now wear suit and be going, and we are the ones, hey.
Let them take the glory, because when they take the glory, they will be appreciated, and they will allow you to keep doing it.
To spread.
So, and as you are doing it, you are growing. If I've worked in an organization where I started as a laborer,
Okay.
but I was at some point in the next 6 months I was not doing laborer work with other people. They call us apprentice.
Okay.
Right? I was recording what other apprentices were doing. Why? Because I ensured that, fine, I know mathematics a bit. Sir, this thing you are doing, I can simplify it in this way. So anytime we are meant to do the shitty work, the man will call me, come and record for me, and he will go and do his thing. So that way I am paying myself, and all those things help my journey. So as a creative, forget the skill you have. We have skillful, useless people a lot now.
My goodness.
Because the content of our character is
Character. I was going to point that out. Character. Honestly, you know what my mentor will say at points like at junctions like this? He will say, "This is more than your school fees."
So when you are working with people, that's the honest truth. I have worked with someone that they pay me. Now I pay people.
Pay people.
But nobody
so there is
can
a
pay me.
process
There's a
as an
process.
employee.
There's a process, because business as usual is not like that. There are times you sit down, you are thinking of payrolls, but you don't see from their own perspective.
I promise.
There are months that no revenue will come in.
Yeah.
And in Yoruba parlance, ogota.
Oh, voila, you have to pay them. So at times the question I think most employee should ask is, what am I adding to the company?
What am I adding?
Yes, now. Because if you are not adding anything and you are expecting payment, how does it correlate? And that's why this AI of a thing,
Yeah.
you cannot be afraid of AI if you're actually growing. Right? Because I'm privileged to run a venture where we have like almost 75 people that work on different remote projects. So AI still needs someone to direct it in a way.
Yes, definitely.
Right? Even though you are building an agentic AI, no matter how agentic, all the people shouting online, YouTube automation, there is nothing automation about YouTube.
Somebody is still at the back end
Someone
powering
is
it.
still at the back end. So even all these processes that were like, okay,
My
fine, this thing is
goodness.
automated, someone is still monitoring the system. If you send the money, will it not be diverted to somewhere else?
Yeah.
So there will always be need for
a
human intervention. But are you willing to grow? At times we cover our laziness trying to paint someone else black. So the thing is, learn. Anywhere you are, be willing to learn, ask questions, be willing. No, but we all are users. As we are on this program,
I mean, as I was saying when Barrister Fumi was talking, when I said that it is not unfair until it is your turn, then it becomes unfair. We all are users. Did you hear that?
Users. Because even on this show, I'm using you, are using me. But the fact is,
But you pay Barrister.
So it's mutual benefits. So, and at the highest level of power, it's not competition, it's collaboration.
It's collaboration. It's not competition.
Something we should learn is,
tell us.
We as a person of faith, the Bible made us to understand that I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemy. Instead of you praying that my enemy should die, because at that table, what you believe in, what you know, should be able to mentor evil. That fine, you are my enemy, I know. But this thing that I have understand in this industry now, you should be able to ask me, how are you able to do what we cannot do? So it's a process. It's a process. As creatives in the house, as employees, we should learn. We should learn to pay our own school fees too.
Yeah, you pay your school fees, you pay your deals. I mean, this is so eye-opening, I promise you, and it is life-changing. Listen, it is not just for you to know these things now. It is for you to start putting them to work. That's what really would work for you. That's what would really work for you. And, you know, the more you do stuff, I'm just looking back at, and I'm like, okay, so all those things were not wasted. It's going to come back to work for you. If it is in you already, you keep building, you keep getting better. We'll be moving on to the next one, and that's going to be the big one, the third one, idea theft. We've talked about partnership, we've talked about employment. Now we're going to be talking about idea theft. But before we move on to talking about idea theft, have you shared this link? What are you waiting for? Share. Please do well to share the link. Let more people get educated. It's about people getting better. Really, that's why the Enterprise Law Forum is here for us. You know, I'm remembering before I came into the media, I was given some tasks, and then by the time I was resigning rather from that job to now focus on media, I felt I was exhausted. I felt I had been spent. I felt I was empty. I felt I had nothing else to offer. And this new person was telling me, okay, so I needed to script XYZ for me. And of course, I had to let everybody go to sleep. And I started crying in the midnight. I was just like, I'm empty. I don't even have anything to offer. These people have used me. They have sucked me. I promise I was crying. But I can't count how many. It was a station ID. I can't count how many jingles that I've scripted. Just jingles. I'm not talking about drama. I'm not talking about scripts for speech. I'm just talking for jingles. I can't count anymore. Honestly, I can't. I've lost count. The more you do it, the better you get. And it's a matter of time. You'll be sought out. Lithos legal concepts sought me out. And I'm here on your screen. Lithos legal concept sought Mr. Atoyebi out. He is here. Lithos legal concept sought barrister Funmi Akanjola out, and she's here. One day soon, you would also be sought out. It's a matter of time. Just please go through your process. It is very important. Don't feel small because you are, I'm just the employee. They are just giving me peanuts. The more you say it, the more you have it too. So please begin to say the right thing and build your mind. And remember that it's not about competition. It's about collaboration. It's a competition. I think would even distract you from your original trajectory. So do collaboration and maintain that lane. All right, let's very quickly move on to talking about idea theft, the big one. Now, every creative has faced this. You are not immune to idea theft. I mean, you share a concept, you're pitching to a client. Could we, you could, I'm just saying, maybe, and then, I mean, the next thing you're seeing it elsewhere, you're seeing that client not coming to you, now going to another person or deciding to do it on their own.
Well, idea theft. Well, when it comes to a client, there really isn't much they have stolen from you. The person has just gotten. It's just like when I create advisory notes for clients and they carry to go and give another lawyer
Yeah.
who may or may not know how I got, the
The
content
inspiration
of the
behind.
advisory note number one, who may or may not even have the resources I have to ensure that the things on the advisory note is done. So if it's a client, it's all right. They've not really taken anything from me, to be honest.
You don't feel spent.
No, no, because in the long run, you want the right client to work with you. But idea theft becomes a big issue in a business. So like I mentioned the other time, every business has proprietary secrets. So that secret could just be your client list. For Border Wave, it could be that code that ensures that the payment, the inter-border payment,
Okay.
goes smooth.
What on the street for maybe economists or business people call the unique selling point?
Yes, USP.
I think we call it trade secrets in law.
Yeah.
So trade
Part of
secrets.
the IP.
Yes, and it could be anything. It could be how you do something, and that is something that may or may not be open to everyone who works or walks into an organization. So what I mean by that is everyone who walks into an organization knows how we do what we do. Do you understand? And your trade secret can actually be buried in your culture.
Yeah.
And it's just there. It's just there for it. The outsiders don't know what makes your business tick. It's the people who do the work. And then there are trade secrets that it's only if you become COO before you even know that kind of thing exists in this organization. That's when you know, oh wow, so when we do this is how it's
This
done.
is,
And the tricky thing with idea thefts or maybe even trade secrets is that you can't protect them. So you can protect your patents, you can protect your copyrights, you can protect your trademarks.
Okay.
But you can't really protect your trade secrets.
Oh.
And when you can't protect it, so that's why they are confidential and all of that stuff. So what do you do? What do you do to ensure? That's why we have things like NDAs, confidentiality agreements. My favorite confidentiality term is that it lasts in perpetuity, because they used to put there or at the 2 years after the end of the contract. I'm thinking, so after 2 years you can go and tell the whole world that there is this particular black that there's this particular enzyme that I pour into the solution that creates this kind of black that I used to produce the shoe polish that I make. Do you understand? And then for creatives, that could be something that they do that actually makes their content pop online, that draws them. And you are not saying that after 2 years you cannot reveal any confidentiality information,
and the person is just
and the person that waiting for 2 years.
I promise
2
the
years
time
to come and reveal that secret thing you do that makes your newsletters go viral. You don't want to do that.
Okay.
So what you basically need to do is with idea theft is, well, you protect them. The only way to prevent idea theft is to protect them. And how do you protect them?
Great.
you can only the concept of idea safety is, well, if it's living in your head, nobody, you can't claim that anybody stole it.
Okay.
So I could be thinking in my head, I'd like to make a new kind of fabric. It's going
Okay.
to have, let's assume we don't have, what's the name of this I've forgotten, this material that has lines on it. I forgot,
Okay.
it has a name. But I now decide, maybe it's never been done before. I now
Okay.
decide I want to do it. But you could have the idea, you could have that idea. It becomes something stealable when I now express it and now make it.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Now, normally,
Ah,
as a
now I'm
creative,
remembering a particular comedian's brother is into fashion.
Okay.
Those years, and then he released the movie was in the series, so they were going to premiere one of the series, and then they were told to don a particular clothes, and then he wore it, and then went. So nobody should copy it too, because it's copyright. It's my brother who made it. Another person was styling a particular popular face, and for wedding and all that, and said, please don't copy my style. That's what you're saying. Once it
Yeah.
is out,
Once
it is
it's out
copyable.
there, it is copyable. The only way you can protect it from being copied is if you go and register it. Now, and that is for some what can be seen. When it comes to trade secrets, a business that cannot be seen.
Okay.
Well, it's just like you just need to learn to be like Coca-Cola, who
Yeah.
has all of their
Distribution.
no, not distribution. What they used to make Coke.
Okay.
It's the same Coke. Whether you like the quality or not, it's still the same Coke. What they used to make it is scattered around the world, and no one executive knows where to find everything. You understand what I mean? And so when it is something that makes your creative work, you need to protect it. And the challenge with this is that for you to consistently do the same thing at the same level or higher,
Okay.
you must show people your processes, your employees, I mean.
Yeah.
You must show them your processes. And that is where confidentiality agreements come in. That is where NDAs come in. And even NDAs have nuances from just reading from.
So when you say the NDA, that's the non-disclosure.
Yes, the non-disclosure agreements.
Okay.
Yeah, so even that has a little bit of nuance, because normally NDAs are for when you want to share proprietary information. But when it comes to an employee, you need to include it that they cannot take it away. Do you understand? If you don't include it, that you've just said we can share, and when we share it, what of the ones that they created, or what of the trade secret that they found that you have forgotten to include, that they cannot take to anywhere else? And in actually preparing for this brought me to learn something I had not known before. It's
Okay.
called residuals.
Oh,
Residuals
great.
mean,
Yeah.
so I'm working at Lithos Legal Consult. I learn 1, 2, 3 things, and then I now go and work for Afe. Do you understand? So what can I take out of Lithos that I can go and replicate elsewhere? What should remain Lithoses that can't be taken away? So that's the thing. And then with creative ideas as such, that once you did, we like it, and everybody is now putting it. They used to do bag, do shoe, do t-shirt, and all of that stuff. How do you protect that kind of thing? The only way you can do is to copyright it. And once you've copyrighted it, anybody who now wants it can come and collect a license from you to do it.
Okay.
But like I said, if you don't, let's go back a bit.
Okay.
When you create a work of art, writing and music and all of that stuff, you own it. You don't actually need to register it to own it.
Okay.
However, I have heard of artists claiming ownership of songs that someone else sang, and like 2 or 3 artists are chasing it. What is really happening is the person who originally sang it did not go and do copyright registration to actually officially say, I own this. You cannot have it except
I give you the
license, or I assign it to you, stuff
Okay.
like that. So if you have an idea and it's one that requires expression, then you need to copyright it.
Okay.
Or copyright it. And if it is an idea that you use to power your work, which means if he collects it and uses to power his work, he will get same results or better, and like that. That you need to protect.
Okay.
Like you are protecting your heart. It needs to be confidential. You need to put in You need to put systems in place to ensure
Okay.
that that
I like
idea
that.
or that process or that enzyme or whatever doesn't get seen by the wrong person. But it brings us to somewhere else, but I don't think we should go back there to
Into
Sarah.
that
Let's hear
now.
him.
Really, this is quite eye opening because even as an employer, sometimes there is just that fear of let me just. Sometimes you cannot manage some of these things and systems and structures. It even makes your institution, your company, your organization become respectable, become respected. Not just anybody coming in and doing whatever anyhow and leaving without repercussion, without punitive measures. They understand, okay, so, oh, we don't do this. There are no myths. It's not shrouded in, yes, there's some level of secrecy, but not shrouded in secret that will not profit you. You understand eventually. So we, as an employee, yes, as an employer as well, you also need to create systems and structures. Don't shy away from if I say, okay, this creating this system and structure, because it will cost you. Let us just put that out. It will cost you. Barrister Fumi will not work for free. How will she pay tithes? you know
Very important to know.
so she will not work for free. You're going to pay her, but at the end of what you're doing, what is it going to profit you? Is it going to profit you more or less? The future of it. I'm coming over to Mr. Atoyebi now, who was, talking about you don't even have an idea. You don't know how far a particular thing will go.
Yeah.
And then boom, you're not coming back. No, 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 no. No. Just get it right from the beginning. Sometimes people's eyes are just popping when they hear, okay, for instance, somebody I'll tell the story of a person who would do a particular work for 2K, and folks in that industry were yapping him. Eventually, somebody came from a big, in fact, it's a global brand, and of course their rep walked up to him. I've heard a lot about you. They say you do this. So 200K, and the guy fainted because this is somebody who works for 2K. And now he's been told to, Oga, is it 20K or 200 naira? He said, no, 200,000. And the guy went, he did the job for them. We found out later that the rep was given 2 million. At that time, many years ago, the rep was given 2 million. So don't go, because, you are seeing money. Don't be controlled. That's one of the things Mr. Toyebi was mentioning earlier. Don't be controlled about money. Don't let money, somebody has a song said, I drive my money, something like that. My money don't drive me. Okay, so you don't want to drive your money. Don't let your money drive you. So you want to talk about idea set. I know you are pregnant. Oh yeah, we are in the delivery room.
Thank you so much, Barrister Fumi. And one of the thing I'm actually grateful for was last year stroke this year.
Okay.
Borderwave actually got into the top 12 at WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organizations Accelerator,
Amazing.
out of 700 applicants and 300 globally. So we made it to top 12. So
Amazing.
that 7-month process make me actually understand that we are talking about trade secret here, different type of IP. Lawyers understand more. But something about founder and creator is we shy away from responsibility. Because if I cannot communicate my idea to even my lawyer, they don't know the right IP that will protect me. Do I need a patent? Do I need a trademark? Do I need trade secret? Right? And there are different aspects of these things that I tell people. I said, it's a common thing I tell people. I said, don't do giveaway with your idea. Because as we are seated in this room, if I want to make money from everybody in this room, I will not just disturb you. All I will ask from you is, what is your business name?
Okay.
Let me shake some tables.
Okay.
So because people have to learn.
Yeah,
from
please.
Lithos, right?
Thank you.
So if I ask for your business name in this group and you give me your business name, I will not disturb you. Do you know what I will do? I will go and register. I will go and buy the domain. So when you want to build website, you just see that someone has registered your website and they're asking for $20,000.
Yes.
My goodness.
That's your business that you've registered with
So,
CSU.
hey, not every question that you answer is not even that cares about you.
So let's not go too deep into that. We have domain entrepreneurs.
Oh my goodness.
They look for is they buy domain.
Please hold on. I need to rest. Like
Mr.
what?
Toyebi is actually very on point.
Oh my goodness. So you're asking you, like, oh, Mr. Toby is a gentleman. And like, oh, yeah, so the name of my business is Damilola Raphael. And you go and buy domain.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's not fair.
Okay, let's take it from this angle. Paystack was purchased for $200 million, right?
Mm.
But do you know that for Paystack to go live, their founder has to purchase that domain for $5,000 as far back as 2014, 2015.
Whoa.
He bought it from someone.
Hmm.
So that's one aspect. Another aspect is no investor
Hmm.
will listen to you. You don't have an IP.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people, it's not as if they don't have the users, they don't have the, but they are afraid that someone have even stolen your, and idea is in a way transient.
Yeah.
What you are thinking now, ma, millions are thinking.
It's like the radio. Okay, so we are here now. There are billions of people all over the world, but you are the one who's connected. That's how ideas are. Quite a number of persons are connected to it per time. That's like the way I can best illustrate this. So you're not the only one viewing, you see? Others are.
So I had my fair share when I had an idea then. So someone came to like we regard him high
Okay.
regard mentor. So he was fine. He came to like see us, to see our enterprise.
Okay.
So we are now sharing that these are part of the industry we are looking at expanding. Say, okay. The following month, he executed that same business.
My goodness.
And it's simple. We have the idea, he can execute. We don't have the capacity
Two
then.
at that time.
He has the capacity. He has the partner. He even has the finances to even buy us off. So what are we saying? So, and the question
But very quickly now, please hold on. Very quickly, barrister, can that person be sued?
Well, where did he write in anywhere that the idea is his? Where did he express it? Did he
But we're having this conversation and I tell you the name of my business is Damilola Lithos and somebody just goes Damilola Lithos. He goes Damilola Lithos.
It just underscores why you need a lawyer. Lawyers are not there to make money off of you.
He said
we are just getting paid for doing the job that you hired us to do.
Hold on, barrister. He is saying it was not like it was an official conversation. He just came to check them out. Oh, guys, you're doing well. I'm proud of you. He's supposed to be a mentor, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm proud of you. This is interesting. Okay, could you set it up like this? Okay, what does this? Okay, that's good. Well done. That was the conversation. It was not official. But
Well,
he carried it.
There's nothing they can do because they hadn't even started. It was just an idea that they wrote, that they said somewhere. The truth is,
So that takes us
I
back to the
believe
fact that
strongly-
not the idea but the expression.
the expression of it, and I believe strongly he not only did they express the idea, they gave the person the key on, because having resources doesn't mean you can execute anything. They gave the person the key to that. Now, had they been, yes, you can share your ideas actually.
Okay.
Anybody can decide to go, and there are so many law firms around, but what makes each law firm thrive
Stand
is
out.
different. If we go down to really successful law firms and you drill down, I don't think anybody is going to be happy to tell you the things that they really do that ensures that they are. So when sharing that idea, yes, I can tell him I want to start a shoe business and whatever. I want to be importing it. Most people import shoes, but there is something else. Because the truth is, how do you even import shoes? I don't know the first thing about importing shoes beyond going online to buy the one I need. If I needed to actually get shoes to sell, I don't really know. He must have shared one thing, and the person just went to think about, say, did this person not say if he did this and this, this thing would work? By the way, that idea wasn't so novel. That means it was being done before. You just shared something that made it different.
An extra.
You had shared the thing that would have made it work for you. He had already shared it with the person. So that is the thing with that was his trade secret at that point, but he just didn't know that.
Oh my goodness.
So, and something as founders, as innovators, as creators, we should not overshare.
Aha.
Because at times, there is this level of, once you ask, and it's people that are public speakers use it a lot.
Okay.
If they want someone to spill their secret, they ask you questions that will make you, that will massage our ego. So that time will be like, yes, I'm in charge. No, because the most powerful person in the room is someone that is willing to walk out of that room without a deal.
Yes.
They know they don't have a deal with you, but they want you to spill the beans, and they tell you we'll think about it.
My goodness.
Which really is another, which really underscores another point. You
Okay.
don't walk into a deal without your lawyer in. So you may have, lost your guard,
Oh,
but your lawyer
goodness.
is there to like say, don't answer. Don't you watch all these FBI movies? They say, don't answer that. The person, they just asked a harmless question. So what?
Yeah.
So how did it happen? And you don't answer that. The lawyer immediately says, don't answer that, because he knows the next thing you want to say there and then is going to incriminate you.
Oh my goodness. This is all looking
It
like
is the same
chess
thing.
to me because it's strategy.
Yeah, it's the same thing when it comes to business negotiations or business communication. The lawyer tells you, no, you don't have to answer that. Or no, you can't know that. That's not your business. You
My
just say
goodness.
something that makes you not say what you're supposed to say.
It's all strategy.
It's actually, for example, before we go to the finance
Okay.
at WIPO, we ensure that at Borderwolf we have our trademark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm talking to you as a person and I'm telling you we are trademarked already, you adjust your seats. Yeah, for this person to go as high as trademarking what they are doing, definitely if I should take some step, I don't know how far this person has gone. Another thing I would do is, even with all the document, with all the legal thing, learn to execute fast. If you are saying 20% of your business, ensure you've executed 40.
Okay.
So that way you are leaving a gap that even if you want to execute before you meet me here, I've gone. So it's not about you innovating. It's not about iterating. It's about how fast are you moving.
My goodness.
Are you growing around what you are building? Do you have it mapped out? So because it's the environment we find ourselves at times, we focus on instant gratification, the short-term gain. Let us just make the money. But the people you are competing with are thinking about 10 years. You can, this is online, you can fact check all the things Facebook is doing now. They've mapped it out for the past 10 years. So they know where they are getting to. They don't know how fast, but they know that in 10 years, these are the things we need to have
achieved.
set up. So as Africans, we must know in the next 5 years,
Oh
what are
my
you planning?
goodness.
So you are
Don't
executing.
get up blindly. Don't grope in the darkness. Make sure that even the blind man still has a sense of direction. Thank you.
So you have it mapped out and you don't overshare in the room. You know what you are, because at times we focus on what is happening, not what is going on.
Okay.
This is what is happening now, but what is actually going on?
Going on.
So at times some questions are like distractions to us. In fact, some mornings are like distraction.
Yes.
Because what this person is, we know someone is willing to part away with $5,000 to collect a trade secret, something as juicy as that can give them $5 billion. Who is at loss? So it's and another thing I would say as regards the legal aspect is we should not see our lawyers as ambulance. And what do I mean? When we have emergency, when we call them, grow with your lawyers, grow with the legal team. Because when you go to doctors, it's not as if doctor will start treating us. They will ask us, how are you feeling? We are the ones that tell doctors how to treat us. So do the same thing to your lawyers. So as we are building with our lawyers, they are doing their own aspect. But as founders, we should do our own aspect too. We should. Idea is cheap. In fact, to the extent that if you build, let's say for example, someone have an idea now, and they build it and it's live, right? Maybe it does not have users yet, but it's live. Some people still see it as potential. They still see it as idea. So build it out. Focus on your. At times we focus on the shiny aspect, not the actual work, and that's why we see a lot of things fold up. Do you actually want to do it for the now money, or you want to build it for long term? If you are not willing to commit your 10 years to it, then get out of the bus.
Amazing. So it's either how you avoid being thrown under the bus or you get out of the bus.
Yes, sir.
It's as simple. But business is brutal. Business, it's beyond just people will be celebrating you. Like it's just like someone putting pepper on your body, is using blade putting pepper on your body, and this is telling you sorry, sorry. So that's how business is. So you have few people that will genuinely support what you do. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Genuinely.
It's
So
a
the
lonely part.
questions being asked are not coming through because they care about you. You know, you talked about public speakers. I won't mention this particular person's name. He's not Nigerian, but he's African. And he has different sessions and all that. And he called a lady, said, what do you do? She said, I do XYZ. And said, okay, how do you go about it? And she was trying to impress him, like, now the camera's on me. I have the mic. And like he said, massaging the ego. And she was talking. And he went, that's nonsense. It's not sustainable. That business is going to collapse in the next 2 years. And I'm like, something this lady said she has been doing for over a decade. I think then she said about 15 years going that she had been doing that thing, and she only came for that training to get better. I won't be surprised from what you have said if that particular speaker, that particular coach goes and starts that business.
Which is possibly why he said it's going to it's going to collapse in 2 years.
My goodness. So he even he was actually telling her what he would do without giving details.
Well, depending on what she said.
Okay.
And
she spilled a lot.
Oh my God. Okay.
A lot. The processes, how people, she was into training, how people will come for admissions, how she as he said, he massaged her ego.
Okay. Well, let us hope let us hope that he is not he didn't decide to take on that.
My
Then
goodness.
another thing
Okay.
is let's look at it in this angle.
Tell
And
us.
I will shake it some tables here.
Okay. This table will not break today.
So and at times you have to just be honest with people, because at times we whine ourselves thinking we are winning. When you apply to an accelerator with your idea, what happens when you are not picked? And I will tell you from experience, I have 2 accelerators that we've made it to the top 10. Right? We made it to the top 10.
Okay.
But one of it was supposed to make it to top 5. In fact, as I'm telling you now,
Yeah.
other top 5 they pick, none of them are ship out their product. But we that they did not pick as top 5, we are out, we are alive. So at times, the fact that you are building does not mean your own mission align with the body.
Okay.
So, but are you just going for that accelerator to just let go of your idea, or you are building it? And that's why because they know why is it that someone will be asking you who are on your team? Because they know team are major. No matter what you are building, you need a good team now to execute. So when you are starting out an idea, is it something you want to commit your life to? Which is number one. Number two thing is work with the legal team.
Okay.
Build with them, not when you are now there, you now be calling them. No, ask questions, reach out to them, let them know. Because there is, no matter what I study about law, I cannot understand it like barrister for me. Because the year of experience is there already. Right? So
Yeah.
as I'm building, I have an idea, and let's ensure that we focus more on execution.
Okay.
Not just everybody have idea.
True.
In fact, on Border Wave team now, one of the men, like a major lead in our team, actually faced the same issue.
Okay.
So he was able to relate when I mentioned that this is what we are trying to say. Yes, because he lost some money. The idea, he has it. I has it. Now we are building together.
Amazing.
So that's how this idea thing works. So it's not about who has the idea; it's about who executes it.
Exactly. Who executes it? And if you think that the idea is something, for example, there was a time I was trying to set up a business.
Okay.
So after doing lots of thinking and tinkering on ChatGPT, yes, ChatGPT, I said that. I got a name.
Okay.
And so I got the name, and then I sent it to the person who was going to help me sort out the social media and all of that stuff. And then I couldn't execute. Now I have a problem because I like the name. The name is not being used anywhere
Yet.
in beauty, fashion, whatever. But I've already told the guy the name, and the only thing I told him at the time was, please don't share with anyone, because if they take the name, my only consolation is that I came up with other names.
Okay.
But that name,
Yeah.
if they take it, to find it, it is well.
We'll take
But
another cycle, like the stirring
exactly,
of the
you
waters.
understand? So
Yeah.
so what I'm trying to say is once you have an idea and you are not ready to run with it, best to just hold on to it and possibly hope that someone else doesn't
Pick the signal.
pick the same signal and start to run with it. However, if you
Okay.
have an idea that you are going to express, you need to figure out how you are going to protect that idea, intellectual property. So it's either something that you can copyright,
Okay.
or it's either something you can trademark, or something that requires you to register a patent for. You understand? And if it doesn't fall inside any one of those things, then you know that it's a trade secret, something that you need to just hide,
Protect.
and hope that nobody
Stumbles
finds
on
or
it.
steals.
Amazing.
To
We have
buttress
okay.
what she said, this is online, we can check, though it's
Okay.
not too public like that.
Okay.
Most of the top brands
Yeah.
across the world, their top engineers, they are paying them salary for doing nothing, so that competitors will not hire them.
Oh.
There are some top engineers, even the real programmers that are making the real money are not the ones who are saying publicly. They know that these ones, they are something else. So if our competitors should offer them something,
They would move.
they will move. So what they do is, you don't have to work for us. We know you are leaving us, but we'll keep paying you salary for you not to apply
Be
for a job.
engaged in another person with another person.
So if
Wow.
big brands understand something like that, what
yeah.
are we now doing?
What are we doing? My goodness. What are we doing? You cannot watch this podcast. This is the first one, and I'm having a mind shift. No kidding. My goodness. I'm just looking at the end of 2025, and I'm looking at the results that you are going to be sharing with us. My goodness, we have questions, and I'm going to give us two sentences. We already promised 1 hour, and from the looks of it, we are exceeding time. So we have this one from Kolapo. It says, I have a friend that runs an online clothing brand that's growing fast, but she hasn't registered her business or trademarked her name. She reached out to me that one day another seller begins using the same name and logo. So if you were her legal advisor, what would you tell her to do? 2 sentences.
Well, the first question is that other seller, has
Okay.
she now registered that name and
Okay.
the logo? If it's already done, well, she needs a new name and a new brand.
Okay, so it's like, let's go back to the start.
Yeah.
You know, that snake and ladder, this will just take it back.
Exactly. She just needs to rebrand.
Okay, so they say it's just this snake and ladder. Moving on, Odumorayo Adedokun from Facebook says, quick question: a software developer builds a tool while working at a tech firm. Later, he leaves to start his own company using a similar code base. Does the intellectual property belong to him or his former employer?
It belongs. Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I cut in.
No. I just want to
Okay.
It's part of the something that Barrister
Fumi
said, and something I paraphrased earlier, that
Okay.
when they hire you, they paid. You learn on the job. They expose you to their tools that
Yeah,
you use while
yeah.
writing the code, and you sign an agreement that whatsoever you are building, unless the person did not sign, that the code base belongs to the company. So definitely the code base is not yours, it's the company.
But Barrister Fumi, you talked about what I called at that time the template, that the person can live with the template.
You cannot live with a template. What I said was, and
Okay.
which is what he has reiterated, is if he has signed that anything he builds while at the becomes company, he cannot use that code base.
Oh, okay.
He can license it.
Okay.
Do you understand? He can license. He could tell them, "Oh, I want to license this. This is what I need it for," and stuff like that. But he can't use it. But
Okay.
let's assume he built that code on his own time, not company resources. Maybe 1 or 2 weekends a month that he's not working. He just powers on his.
Yeah.
Let's assume it's one of these companies where they don't even allow you carry company property
Okay.
out of the
Okay.
office.
Okay.
And then he just sits and decides to,
Come up with something.
come up with something, and it turns out to be this nice, brilliant, big idea that has nothing to do with the work that he's been doing before.
Okay.
He can go ahead and do it. If it has something to do with it, a whole lot of other things can come in play to determine whether it might be required for him to co-own with the employer,
Okay.
or they might decide no, it is ours, or some all sorts of things can
But
because
whatever it is, get a lawyer.
yeah, but whatever it is, it's good for you to speak to a legal, an IP practitioner,
Okay.
preferably. Tell the person this is what I want to do. Give the person a good backstory of
Okay.
what you were doing before, and then the person can guide you. Yeah.
Okay, finally, we have this one from Oluwaferami Gregory, and the question reads, it said, kindly enlighten us on the legal implication of this. What happens when a young influencer signs a brand deal without reading the fine print? Later, why does it have to be a she? Gregory. Later, the person finds out that the brand owns full rights to the videos forever. Was this legally fair? What could she have done differently?
Well, what she could have done differently is she is not skilled to read the fine print. She should have just given it to a lawyer to read through. What the lawyer would have done would have asked her, "Are you happy for the brand to own, the videos you have created for your own?" Because basically, once the brand owns it, that means they can come one day and say, "You see that video that you used to." You used to post. We don't want you to post it. That might be your best performing video. Do you understand? That could be the video that would make you blow, and someone has just come to say, someone just sat down and say, "I don't want her to blow. Let's tell her not to use that particular one." Or they come and say she's making gain off of our IP, of our copyright and stuff like that. So the simple solution to that isn't whether you should own it or not. It is to work with your lawyer, like Mr. Atoibe. Work with your lawyer. What are your, this IP, this copyright, trademark, all of those, everything has to do with what are your goals as a business, as an individual who is creating the IP, and what do you want to achieve with it. So if you are happy to do open source, there are organizations or people, in fact, who create code. They attribute it under the commons license, I think, and then
Okay.
they tell you to attribute it to them.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
modify it.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
whatever. You just need to put there a sort
The
of
consent
footnote
with
that
the
says
consent
no.
of
They already
the-
gave you the consent is word and offer to the whole world. If you
Okay.
can do anything with code, you can
Okay.
have it.
Okay.
They just want you to attribute to them that, oh, this is based on this code
XYZ.
made by XYZ, like you said. So that's that. So you can decide to do that. And so you don't have to own it if you don't want to own it. But if you are interested in protecting it, then you should definitely read the fine print. And if you don't understand the fine print, or if you think that you are not able to negotiate the fine print, then you get your lawyer involved.
Amazing. My goodness. We've gotten insights on safeguarding our intellectual property. It's been a very wonderful conversation right here. I've been speaking with the founder of Border Wave, Mr. Olawale Atoibe. Thank you indeed for your insightful
Thank you so much.
contributions
Thank you.
tonight. And of course, we've had Barrister Fumi Makonjola, who is the head of corporate practice at Lithos Legal Counsel. Thank you so sincerely for your insightful contribution on the conversation. Thank you very, very, very much, dear viewer, for following through. We exceeded the 1 hour mark. We apologize, but you have been liking it now. Okay, so there has been this word going round about intellectual property. Intellectual property. Those of you who saw that video I did, intellectual property. Okay, we've had some education. It has been said here that it is not cast in stone. So please reach out. Make sure that you get a lawyer who would guide you aright. Sign contracts, sign contracts, sign contracts. Don't just expose yourself to the wrong thing. You just don't know how far some of those things will go. So it's better to get it right from the beginning so that you don't even get in trouble for what you have pioneered that should be making your life and the life of your generations better. And that is why the Enterprise Law Forum is going to be beaming for this first season. We are going to be having it for once a month, 1 hour, to give us legal insight so that you can make better and smarter business decisions. And remember, it is powered by Lithos Legal Consult. My name is Damilola Raphael. I look forward to seeing you some other time. That'll be next month, doing it bigger and better on Enterprise Law Forum. It's goodbye and God bless.